I like. Like I mean, that's just the game plan, but it feels very clear.
Okay.
Um,
So, yeah, I was gonna ask you, what do you have on what's on your mind for what you want to do today?
Today I wanted to talk about. Well, I had two questions, one of them more vague and one of them specific. Um, I did want to look at Sheik Samus
Sure.
because I find that matchup uh, quite hard. I think at the last tournament is the only time I've ever taken a game off Samus in tournament. um, then I have some matches from a ranked set to look at for that. And then the other one was also like is what is the best way or how do you get the most out of solo practice, and I guess what's your view on solo practice? Like how can you get your money's worth out of that? Is it something
This is actually perfect because I was going over that one with someone else. So why don't we start there? Because that's the one I know how to do, and then we'll just kind of play the rest by ear.
Sure, yeah.
So can you open Uncle Punch for me and share your screen?
Yes.
Perfect.
Share screen.
All right, combo training, please. And we need Captain Falcon for this.
Against or with?
Well, we're going to be Sheik, obviously. Well,
Okay.
I actually no, that's not true. It's not necessarily obvious, but yeah, we're going to be Sheik and we need Captain Falcon. And
Okay.
Final Destination. So what I want from you is put his percent to 40. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now let's turn Smash DI frequency to 0. Perfect. And here's what I want you to do. Get a little closer to him. And just like a little bit closer. Yeah, that's fine. Save here. So right on the D-pad should be fine. And I want you to up smash. I want you to up smash him and combo to dash attack if he DIs away. Like
Wait,
full out.
right on the D-pad?
Or yeah, just up smash him. It'll probably reload here. This is
Okay,
fine.
okay. So up smash to
Up smash to up tilt if he's close enough for it, forward tilt if he's a little further, and dash attack if he goes real far away. So you have to react to the DI.
yeah. Uh
Okay, so this is good. We're doing better. So yeah, do another one. Perfect. Actually, move Sheik back just a smidge.
oh, I see. Like just yeah, yeah, so just to loop it, I guess, is what you mean.
Yeah,
To do this
yeah,
and
because
then to dash attack. Yeah.
I would actually move her. Yeah, so I'd move her back just a touch more. And that's the spacing. There we go.
Okay.
And I don't. Oh no, I think that it'll. Yep, there. This is what we
Okay.
wanted. So. So what do you know? Actually,
No.
let's right on the D-pad now, so we don't have her taunting anymore.
Yeah, my D-pad's kind of messed up, so it's not super obvious.
Ah, okay, got it. I just wanted us
That's it.
to. I
Yeah.
wanted it to not be taunt. No, I wanted it to not be taunting, so we can be more efficient. So,
Mm.
what I want. So, how are you doing the input for these? Like,
Uh,
Are you just waiting for for the DI to appear, and then you're acting based on that?
yeah, it's just I'm just reacting to the DI, and then I'm moving the stick actually.
Try something for me. When you up smash him, nudge the stick very slightly forward, and just enough to buffer walk, and forward tilt. But I don't want you to like exceed like I don't want you to I want it to almost stay centered, just a little bit forward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And then if he DIs away, then you just go full forward, because then you'll be able to dash out of that.
I see. Um.
So hold it.
Okay.
You have to hold it in advance. There we go.
I get it.
Why do you think I'm having you do this?
Well, definitely reduces the reaction time.
Yeah. So why do you think this is important for Sheik?
Um. Well, because Like, I mean, I can just keep doing tilts for like ever. Like if he, I guess it's just gonna make the combo way easier, and
Yeah.
it's like the mental load is much lower.
Yeah. So what I would say here is things like this, where you can like figure out how the actions are organized in a system. That's how I would get bang for my buck out of like solo practice. Because really, what you're trying to do with solo practice is figure out a way to do it that's accessible. So Sheik, one of Sheik's main upsides is that she has so many threats. Because she's got like once you get the opponent to like the party percent, like her entire move list is like basically deadly except for like two things. So like with that in mind, it's really hard to defend against everything she can possibly do, and you have a whole world of options available to you when you hit people with things like her up smash, her down air, her dash attack, like anything that like really, even her down throw at times, right? So like
Yeah.
with that, the trick with her, if you think about how even if you think about how the RTC is structured, it's all about like creating a point, like creating a starting point where you have everything at your fingertips. Because Sheik uses a lot of her different threats and like uses different, like accesses them in different, like from different movements and stuff. So it's really about like figuring out like how we can organize that into a motion that allows us to do everything in order, as we need them. So that is one I would say. I know that's a very nebulous, but I would say that this is a good model for understanding kind of like how to look at punish game. Because the other thing is try up tilting him when he's closer. Like try walking into up tilt after you hit the up smash.
Oh,
See, that's cool.
yeah.
And then when he's further, you do that. But like you can see why this is strong because it gives you access to like your best tools as you need them. And we're
Yeah.
also we're accommodating that up tilt's technical difficulty by pushing the stick slightly forward because we're not we're moving it from a slight motion as opposed to from resting. So
Hmm.
like that also helps.
This is actually this is this seems really useful because it's also just building the it's just building like the reaction base for it too, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
This seems really very useful.
this is kind of like the combo we went over order of operations with like Fox up B and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So this is like order of operations for combos.
And because I've definitely done my fair share of like, wave landing and running around and doing like just trying to just do this for forever, but like this is
it's like it's blowing your mind, isn't it?
it is kind of it seems very simple, but it seems very, very important.
Oh, wait till you start to realize that you can apply this to like wave dashes and stuff. Like go into training lab. Do me a favor, go into training lab and then like battlefield's fine. But yeah, like so at the like if you wave dash forward, oh wait, do we have any on-screen displays on? No, we don't, do we?
There's none right
Okay,
now.
let's get out of here. Let's turn some on. Let's turn act out of lag on, and we'll turn wave dash info on, and we will turn fast fall timing on. These are the ones I usually use. So let's go in. We'll go to battlefield. This is fine. All of this is good. So here's what I want you to do. Go into the middle of the stage. I want you to wave dash forward and then try to time a dash out of that wave dash forward. As quickly
Forward?
yeah,
Okay.
forward back doesn't matter, but as quickly and perfectly as you can. We'll do forward for this. Okay, that's pretty good. So I want you to now, on this next one, when you're wave dashing forward and then dashing forward, I want you to try the walk method kind of at the end of where your wave dash is. So we're gonna like hold forward slightly at the end of the wave dash, and then we're gonna like tap it forward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Try it.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, so I'll have to let go of the stick probably.
Yeah. Uh, oh, I,
Focus on the focus on like just don't focus on it. Like just like kind of like just play it. Do it slowly with your hands, like with your hands, and then just kind of think about like the order and how much time is between each thing, and then go. Yeah, perfect. I don't think you've missed one. You're like your worst is like 2.
oh,
Oh,
there's a 3.
now you're
Yeah,
thinking.
no, that's
You're thinking about it. That's the problem. If you're not thinking, like if you slow down and do this, if you slow down and do the exercise again, like the one where you just like play it out with your hands, think about relativity, just kind of like let your mind wrap itself around this emotion, and then just then go and then clear your mind and do it. I think you'll like there's a perfect one.
yeah.
So what we're doing here is we're then building a connection between our hands and the motion that we're and like the movement, and our understanding in our brain of like of the movement and like its component and its mechanical components. So we are like now ascribing time, the frames it takes to do something, to like a feeling in our hands. So this is like how we gain precision, because we now know what like 3 frames feels like, because that's her jump squat. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And we know, there you go.
Yeah.
So how does this feel?
Faster. uh,
Yeah, talk to me. Like, there's nothing. There's no embarrassing answers. If you get really embarrassed, I just won't put this one up. But like,
no, no. Like, I guess there is actually when I do it right, and I do a couple right in a row, I can feel a distinct like rhythm to it that is not like if I just try to do that rhythm every time, it's sort of I can. It
you
was
can't
making sense.
you can't try to do it. You have to just do it. That's like, I know it's cliche, but like there is some wisdom to that. The thing is, like, you can't have your mind, your conscious mind, controlling the action. That's why it's more about like getting them calibrated by slowing it down, kind of like letting it understand what's going on, and what the feelings are like, so it can give directions to your hands beforehand. But like it can't be driving. It's too slow. It's like the part of the brain that's like not. It's not. It's the youngest part of the brain, executive function. So it's just not equipped for dealing with all these like fast-paced survival instincts and reflexes and like, yeah, and working memory. Like it just doesn't have the capacity for that.
Yeah. Also, that is a actually like the difference between 1 and 4 is actually a lot of frames. I guess I've never really thought about how many you would be losing.
Or how long a frame takes.
Yeah, what it feels like, I guess.
Yeah, grab Mario. Let's be Mario.
Be
Yeah, just same thing. So I'm gonna ask you to do the same thing with the same timing.
uh
See, you full hopped there, so you're having to like adjust it because of the time that like a frame is. So like,
yeah.
because he's a 4 frame jump squat, like, do you see the reason I had you do pick grab Mario is because I want you to kind of like do this and feel how weird that extra frame is, and see if you can isolate how long that is. Because that means that you have, because if you can understand that, that means you have a sense for the smallest unit of time that this game runs on.
Wow.
This is cool. So it's a little different than what I normally do, but how are you finding it?
It's interesting. Um I like I enjoy this kind of stuff.
So
um
what about it is working for you?
um
Like, what are you learning as you're doing this?
the like well, I actually only play I only really play Fox and Sheik, so I'm kind of only used to the like my wave dash timing for those characters is just as fast as I can, basically. Because I find that like if I do that, I generally just get a pretty decent wave dash. So like the understanding what a frame is or having a reference for it is like pretty alien to me.
Yeah, go grab an even slower character. Who would be one up? Falco.
Oh my God. I've tried, uh,
Like it's so weird, right?
it's so weird.
And
Like if I try to out of shine too, it's very hard.
that's
Um,
so now we have a reference point. We have a new marker in our mental map. This is 2 frames. So the discomfort you're feeling with like moving is the amount of times it takes for most jabs to come out.
huh.
Like this would be Sheik's jab. That would account for Sheik, Fox, Falco's jab. There's more,
Yeah.
but yeah, isn't that interesting, right? Because
I,
now
I really do think that's interesting.
and then that means half of that time, the half of that like extra pause that's needed would be the time it takes for a shine to come out or rest to come out or a double jump to start moving.
Wow. Oh,
So like a lot of times I think we think that like something that hits on frame 1 is like instantaneous in the sense that there's like it occupies no time. But like that's not really true. It occupies 1 unit of it. So now we are like creating a reference for like what that unit is so we can get a feel for how much time we have for things in matches. Because it's really easy to say that like, you know, you have 7 frames to punish this thing, you have 5 frames to punish this thing, you have 2 frames to punish this thing, but how much is that really? This
yeah.
Yeah.
If that puts a feel to the frame data
Yeah.
instead of just like yeah.
Frame data is the language of relativity for the game. It lets you know where the lines are drawn and what is and is not possible. It's misused a lot because people want it to be more than it is. It's just the rules, really. And it's not even like a complete rule list. It's just the really obvious ones. But
Yeah.
so, with this in mind, this is I would say that anything that helps you deepen your understanding of the game in this way is a very productive use of solo practice. So, understanding how long something takes from a different angle, understanding the relationship between the things you need to do after a hit or an action, like after any action, and the order, like based on what the opponent does, and how that will influence your input. I would say all of that is those kinds of things are super, super useful. Punish game is obviously the easiest for these things to be structured out of because it's just the most controlled position. But there's other things you can do. Like this is how a lot of shadow boxing comes out of.
I just switched back to Sheik and I missed it like 5 times I didn't even get a dash out 5 times in a row because I was like thinking about the last timings that we were doing. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to get used to.
Yeah. So, but you can see what I mean, like, to kind of, like, wrap back to, like, the purpose of solo practice. Like, you can imagine how, if we applied the principles we kind of learned with, let's actually go to Battlefield, because I think Battlefield's, like, a good example for this. So I want you to go to the top platform, and I want you to, like, save here, and run off the side of the, it's like, run off the side of the platform and turn around needle to, like, shoot at the Falcon. Cool. So after you do that, what are the things that can happen? Like, he can be running under you, like he can be rushing you, or he can be like hanging out where he is, or he can get hit by it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could run into it, you could or just stay over there.
Like he stays above or above / behind the line, i.e. anything above the 45-degree angle, or he gets hit by it, or he gets underneath the 45-degree angle, so he would be under and below us. So I would say, in the same way that we kind of like practiced different options to do, with that up smash, you can practice with different motions to do based on those conditions, because like depending on which one happens, the needs of the situation will be different. So like if he stays outside the needle, like he's over there, what do you think you could do? Like what are two things you can do?
If he stays over there,
Yeah, you don't have to
like
like
I could probably just go back up and do it again.
I mean, I wouldn't do that because Falcon up air. But like, yeah, you could like
Yeah.
you could shoot, you could hold position basically. Like
Yeah.
you could shoot another needle. You could probably fall through the platform, like shield drop or Isaiah drop through the platform with needle. Yeah, exactly. Like control more
Yeah.
space. You could like run off fair, fast fall auto cancel fair. Like that's a classic. You have to do the fair
Like
earlier, a little sooner. Like sooner, but like with the fast falls. So we're missing the fast fall now. The fast fall is instant. You do them basically together.
Is that it?
You're a little late on both of them. A little late. Even sooner. Close. Watch Sheik as she's leaving the platform. There we go. Missed that one. Anyway, if you like, that one was perfect. That one was perfect. So another thing that could happen, let's say he rushes underneath us after we do that needle. What could we do instead?
Like he has beaten the needle, or
Like
he's just taken the needle.
he's underneath the platform. He has crossed the needle. He's gotten past it, and he's now like running towards you. He's running. He's still running towards you. The needle missed.
So I guess he's in the range of the needle.
Like he's under the platform basically.
Yeah, he's under the platform. So I'd probably just run off back here if he's gonna be like over here-ish.
Yeah, you could also do it the other way. Like running shield drop. Like run away shield drop back air. So you dash away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Or you.
Hey, fancy.
You do that too, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty cool too. I like that. I like that. I guess when I use any amount of solo practice, like all I'm kind of doing is just like, oh, I'm running around, I'm doing stuff, I'm trying to go through as fast as I can and make stuff, but I'm not really thinking about the specific inputs that I'm doing. I'm kind of just like, oh, does this look approximate, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not really like, oh, whatever, I'll do this, and I'm not really thinking about the specifics of what I'm doing, or like the fast fall, or like, is this kind of, how perfect is this, or like, how is this good enough, I guess. So that it's interesting to like to have that kind of mindset on it, and also just to conceptualize like this situation, what can Falcon do. But
I mean, you can apply this to like the general's ideas behind this situation will apply to any character, right?
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't matter if it's Falcon, Marth, Sheik, Falco, like they're all going to be subject to the same rules. Like if somebody's below us, like there'll be there'll be some differences. Like I'm not going to pretend there won't be, but there's going like the dynamic of character underneath Sheik, who doesn't really have much below her. If they get like that condition is created by getting past the needle. Like if they dash under the needle and it misses them because they got under it, and they're still moving forward, then yeah, like we are gonna have somebody underneath us basically immediately. So we don't have time to like attack them directly in a lot of cases. We have to play more passively. So that's why we have like the dash away. Like we have to fix our position basically, because we just can't fall on them with our like lack of moves below us. And think that'll work. So that's why we have to like realign. Like you're thinking of going off like either side of the front side of the platform, or dashing away to like create space so you can like tip your bear with like the away, like by moving away from them as well. Like all of that makes perfect sense. You could also shield on the platform and look for like a shield drop. You could dash dance there and try to fix your position that way too. Like there's a whole lot of things you could do. But the idea here is depending on like how you practice this is you think about which ones you need first, or which ones like don't commit you right away, and like allow you to still cover certain like some of their option, like some of the things they can do, and then you kind of like build out from there.
Like this, the runoff needle fair seems pretty safe.
Oh, it's so
That's
it's so good.
um
It's when Sheik's leg is like when Sheik's leg is touching the yellow line. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like or like the front of the yellow line. There you go.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess just using solo practice like this is kind of mind-blowing, I guess. I haven't really thought about it at all, but I've mostly just done it to like kind of run around and warm up and I haven't been getting I don't know. I don't use the fastball timing and I don't use the act out of lag one, so it's kind of exposing to see.
Oh, don't real. Oh, psh. Are you trying to win super majors? I mean, actually, that's actually you could be like, and more power to you if you are. But, yeah, like you're. These are very very difficult. Like this is a hard game. It's hard to do everything perfectly. It's why, well, like it's impossible to. There's too much like, the inputs are too sensitive for this game to be played perfectly. But that's also kind of the fun of it because yeah, it usually means there's like room to grow. So,
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with what to do about solo practice?
Yeah, I think that's a lot to do. A lot to like think about and mess around with. Yeah.
So talk to me about Samus. I want to assure you as well that Samus and Luigi being hard for Sheik when you're just kind of like learning her or like getting started with her is like kind of a rite of passage. So you're not like, this is not the first time I've ever seen this. Heck, even I had a phase with these, so like I get it. But like, what is it specifically they're doing that's like what are they doing that's annoying?
Yeah. I find that when Samus, like, number one, if they're the type of Samus that, like, I feel like there's always distinct types of Samus player almost, where like some of them are kind of do a bunch of like really fancy stuff,
Yeah,
and then
like
other
the
ones are
technical
yeah.
ones and then down smash ones. And the down
Yeah, and
smash
then
ones are harder for some reason.
yeah, they make less glaring like mistakes, I guess. But the yeah, there's two kind of types when I play it. And the ones like the missiles are hard to deal with, I find. And then they the when they're using a lot of down B, a lot of bombs and stuff, I don't really know how to handle it at all. I kind of just roll away and pray. And I find that I get edge guarded like really well. Which I guess she kind of gets edge guarded by everybody, but I find Samus does particularly well.
Okay, so you said you have some matches for us to look at, right?
Yeah, I have two here.
Sure.
Oh my god, wrong button.
That's all good.
This one and this one. I think there's the not battlefield one is the first one.
That's all good.
Did not label them.
Totally fine. Have you sent them?
Yeah. I just didn't hit enter. There you go.
There we go. So, let's see here. So, let's start with what we got here. Well, this
Also, the only I think the only Samus player in like the major Samus player in our region, like in Vancouver, is a guy named Zemi, who you've done a lesson for in the past. Actually.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
He's really good, so it's even harder when he's like the only one I ever play. So it's like this guy's very good.
Unironically, it can be good to like seek practice elsewhere if you can, like Melee Online, character discords, anything like that. Like it helps to like find people your level, like closer to your level to play games, because like fighting like Zemi or whatever, a lot of times you don't even really learn the matchup sometimes when they're this good, because you just learn them.
Yeah.
Because that's like, it's often easier to learn them than it is to learn Samus. But let's figure this out. So we got this. Okay, so makes sense. I want to be clear. What you're doing is not that isn't. There's nothing glaring that you've done that's like that bad yet. You can see, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so first big thing I'll say is when she's in the air, back air like ruins her life.
Okay.
Cause like, she has nothing against Sheik's back air when she's coming down. Like if you were aligned for back air, like she's got nothing.
Okay.
You can also hit her with fair if you want and down tilt and like, yeah. So that one you're just dead. So like, what happened here? Just want to double check what happened. So we went a little too low, I think. Okay, so this is fine. Oh, you fell down here. Okay, so you were trying to up B to the edge, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But the bomb nicked you.
Yeah, it felt kind of checkmated there. I guess just with what I chose to do, it felt like there wasn't really much I could have done.
You can always survive this. So the way that you live this, so there's kind of like two things you can try to do. You can try to like get into a position. You can try to get the ledge. How that looks is you'd have to like drift differently, basically. So like when you're here and you double jump, you kind of have to be willing to either get past the bomb by doing full double jump forward, like. You'd fall a little bit further, I think, and then double jump to about here, and then like try to snap to the edge with a B. I don't really like that because he's actionable, so like he can just like see you doing that and turn around and grab the edge and then you're dead. So what I would say is generally better here is to just accept you're gonna get hit by something when you recover, and like I would be up being over here and then aiming for the platform of this stage, like one of these two spots.
Yeah, I think also I don't up B to stage enough in general, or to platform. I think I'm pretty greedy with it, and I try to just get the ledge most times.
Yeah, so that's how you that is how you die. So I get it, because it's like if you do get the recovery off like to the edge, like it makes perfect sense, like you're good, like everything's fine. But yeah, so I would say here, like this is the safest thing that you can do is up B to about over here, and then you aim for here or here.
Yep.
Yeah. The other thing about Samus is you can also go here, like you can just go full forward, and like in this case you wind up here, in this case in the other one you wind up here, and then here you wind up here. I actually think in a lot of ways this is the least bad for getting, in terms of a location to get hit. Do you want to guess? Do you want to take a guess why?
I mean, like, I guess because if I am, I don't, like, I guess if I'm getting down smashed there, it's probably sending me to the right, and I'm probably more okay.
No, it's gonna hit you to the left.
Oh.
Like, her down smash is gonna send you like this, basically, with its natural trajectory.
I guess, but yeah, but then that's probably still that's probably a better way to be going than getting hit in those other two spots.
Agreed.
I guess I get nared in the top on the platform, and then I just get down smashed again on the left, which will just send me further off stage.
Oh, no. This one you get F smashed.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I guess I get F smashed. But I'll fly way further left if I go that way.
Yeah, this is like, so like, if I had to order them, like, this is like, this is like real bad. I would say, maybe with just 1x, actually. This is bad for, like, about as bad. It's not that you get, like, nared here. It's that what she'll do is she'll tip back air. Because her back air, like, the battlefield platform is, like, basically the perfect height for her to, like, like, if you land at the edge of a side platform, she can usually tip back air on you.
Okay.
She can also, like, up tilt, which would ground bounce you, and then also give her a tipped back air. So these both, like, lead to very devastating kill moves. So, like, this is bad, this is bad. This one, she can hit you across the stage, or she can down smash you, but either way, as long as we survival DI, like, we're good. Like, we still have to come down from a juggle, but, like, if we DI her down smash correctly, we go, like, here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. Like, there's no way that, like, with, especially because our aerials are better than hers, like, it's not easy for her to, like, shark us. That's one of our strengths, actually, and one of the reasons why we're, like, difficult for her in a lot of ways. Because once she's done her combo and she has to, like, work advantage state, she's not actually that good at working advantage state.
Yeah, I don't think I think I'm predominantly like I'm going to ledge or I'm going to very slightly above the ledge. Like I'm going to that furthest right one or the furthest left one generally, or the ledge. Like I'm basically just going to those two places, and I don't go to platform enough.
Yeah, so
Um,
this is good. So we're learning that there's a hole in your gameplay, and that, like, when they're blocking, like, there's a lot of times, even in, like, other matchups, like Peach, for example, where going into this spot can actually be really good. Like,
mhm.
recovering to the platform is often better because, like, here she'll just FC near you, here she'll down tilt you and, like, pop you up and kill you. But going up here, her jump is slow, so she has to just, like, full hop near you. So, like, things
Yeah.
like this can, like, help you a lot with survival. So that's a big thing. That's a really big thing. You don't always have to take, like, the greediest play,
Yeah.
especially on recovery. Okay, so I'd say with, like, so you probably want to know, I keep saying that back air, like, destroys this character, but when do we back air? How do we back air?
Yeah.
So, like, what I want to point out here is, you get this, like, beautiful pop-up, and I get that you clanked on the missile, but let's pretend that didn't happen. Like, let's
Mhm.
just say that we get this beautiful pop-up and we don't accidentally do the next tilt just because we probably double-tapped or something.
Yeah.
So, this is exactly the kind of... If we cannot get a direct follow-up on this, like, on this launcher, this is exactly the kind of position where we back air. Where we back air the hell out of this woman. So, the way that this works... Well, actually, I'll ask you. How do you think this works?
Like the best way for me to back air here,
Yeah, so, like,
or
let's pretend we're standing. She's, like, flailing in stun, like, and coming out of stun around here. So
mhm.
what's the plan here?
uh, here I would turn around
Yeah.
and then I would jump, and I would probably go like kind of angle up towards the edge of the top plat, sorta. Uh, um,
Mm-hmm.
like at that kind of angle.
Yeah, like here.
Um, yeah, maybe like I was thinking a little bit more to the right, I guess.
So, like here.
Yeah, and then I would back air there. Just full hop back air, I guess.
So what are we looking for? Because remember, she's a floaty, so she's gonna be actionable. Like, it's not like we can just, like, go up and, like, it's not like this is gonna combo, right? So
Hmm.
she's gonna be actionable. How do we do the back air? Do we do it immediately? Do we, like, go up and wait a little bit and see what she does? Like, what are your thoughts on that? So because we're
I
basically
th
going here.
I think I have to put it out like on my way, and because like if I jump up and I'm trying to like do it at the top or like reactionarily do it, like if she just like wiggles out and nares, I think I just kind of get hit.
Hmm. So we have to be, like, further away than her nair, which hits, like, here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, around here. Like, this is just an approximation.
sure,
Um,
sure.
so maybe that means that we actually should jump a little bit further to the right.
Hmm.
Because we just really don't want her to, like, align... Like, really, the name of the game here is we just don't want her to, like, get aligned for her nair. So maybe we actually jump more like this. See what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, and then I could put it out later. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because our
I
move
wouldn't
is...
have to put it out.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because then, like... And what do you think the advantage of this is?
Uh, well, I mean, if well, the later that you can commit to doing something, it's almost always better, I think, probably. Because if she doesn't nair and then just like falls, she could probably punish me if I'm just doing like a really early nair.
Well, I would say that, like, doing it early is fine if you beat everything that they have with your option. Like, then initiative is actually quite valuable. But do we beat everything she has by just immediate back airing? Probably not, because she can
No.
do what?
It's probably. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she would do that would beat immediate back air. I
Bomb.
feel like she bomb. Yeah.
Because we're going to hit the bomb.
Hmm.
And then she's going to like go over here. And then we didn't hit her because she bomb jumped and now she's actionable because she bomb jumped. Right?
Yeah. That
So-
makes sense.
So this is a way that we can play around bomb too, isn't it? Because like by waiting, we can like the bomb drops below her. Like the bomb basically falls into this position from her becoming a ball here. So it goes like down. But if we are here, we can like double jump into her, avoid the like we can double jump or like just align ourselves with our drift so that we're not actually touching the bomb when our back air comes out. We're just touching her.
Yeah.
So we can like finagle her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yep.
So the other
mhm.
cool thing here is by jumping at this sharper angle, we're also making it easier for us to wave land here if we want to. So like wave landing into teeter, this is another convergence point. Like wave landing onto the platform so we can like get here and then like position our back here differently. That is also a part of the system that we have access to now. So like what we're doing is we're just creating like a lot of different spots that we can occupy that are good relative to her, because Samus's whole thing is she doesn't like Sheik dominates Samus in the air. So because of that, especially when like she has Samus slightly above and to her side, the only spot that Samus is actually good against Sheik in is when she's basically directly underneath her, or like Sheik is above and slightly above and behind her, because that's where Samus's tipped bear hits. But like every other spot, Sheik probably is favored, and some of them very greatly. So this is kind of like we're just creating conditions where we can very easily establish and maintain those things.
Yeah.
And it all starts with like this, because the one thing we don't want to have happen is we don't want to get too close to her. We need to be able to like move into her as needed. That's where like the platform and us not swinging right away comes in, because that gives us waveland, it gives us our double jump, like lots of ways to do it. But like, yeah, if we mess it up on the first step, then we lose everything. So we can't do that.
Yeah, and we're keeping center too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just we're doing it all. We're even moving her to off stage where we can edge guard her. Like, everything is happy. So, let's talk about these bombs. So, what do you think... How long do you think she's in lag for when she, like, does one of those bombs?
Like, before she's, like, back to human form? Or, like,
So, she just did this bomb. When do you think that you... Like, when do you think that you can, like, punish her? So let's like start. So yeah, so it comes out on 10. So that's would be frame 11 because I hit it once more. How many more frames do you think she's got on her?
Geez, maybe like 20?
I assure you we are past 20.
30? 40?
It's about 40. I think it's like 38 or something.
Okay.
So you
like,
could just
what is it?
You could it's 48 total.
Point.
I think it's 48 frames or 49 frames of total duration if she doesn't bomb jump.
Okay, so that's like 40. That's like almost a second.
Yeah. Well, granted, it hits on 10, so like we have like slightly more than half a second. You have like 2/3 of a second basically to go over there and hit her. So what I would say here is the second that you see... So let's learn some distance confirms. So like the second you see her do this, the question you want to ask yourself is, if I just immediately book, like if she's above me or something, like in this kind of spot, the question is, if I just book it forward with like full hop, with like running full hop or running short hop, like immediate nair or like fair or whatever, can I hit? Can I get there in like half a second?
Yep. I feel like the answer here would be yes.
Oh, absolutely. Like 1000% you can. Like you can get there with like probably like 10 frames of like leniency. Like this is cake. This is super, like probably more than that, probably like 15 or probably 15. This is super cake. But again, if you're operating from the position of you have 20 frames to punish, yeah, like that's probably pretty tight. So, but the point I'm making here is you have way more than that.
Yeah. I think this is also sort of something where like in general, like I'm reacting too late to things. Where I'm thinking like if I know as soon as the bomb comes out, like this is the time to react to this thing. I feel like I react too late to stuff, and then I'm like, I'm just hit confirming everything instead of like actually knowing what's true.
This was the
Or
right.
like,
This was right. You just like had to full hop this, or like delay the up air because you need it to hit the sweet spot, like when it first comes out. But that was the right idea. Keep going.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I think that I react to things like too late.
Yeah, so let's talk. Talk about reaction points. What's a situation that comes up versus her that is not the bomb because we've already been over that, but that you find that you're reacting too late to her? I can pick one out from like from the things happening.
Sure.
That is not bomb.
Yeah. Just waiting to see something.
Good nair. Like
Z jump.
Like
Z jump.
unironically good nair because the way that she fights in this when she's walking forward is with powerful low hitting moves like her down tilt or her down smash, things that are likely to trade with your nair, like her F tilt, or because like it hits on like 4-ish and yours hits on like 6-ish, but she's like moving as well, like she's walking, and that or her up tilt, which is powerful and very safe and good, but also very slow. So this is unironically a really good nair.
I think I as soon as they're at like a high percent, just run up nair seems really good because it's quite like it'll just trade with most things.
Let's talk about. I think that this is an example.
Yeah.
So like, where do you think you're reacting to? Like, what are the cues in this situation?
See, I think. I'm not sure. What am I reacting to here? Well, the missile's coming at me. Like, I feel like I'm reacting like around now. Instead, like as soon as she jumps up, I feel like I could be probably reacting to that being a straight missile.
So what are you trying to? So you fast fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then what happens?
Yeah, I'm going way. Like I'm not reacting to Samus turning around to grab ledge here when like I'm going down. Like if I fast fall there and I'm going down low, I'm pretty much just gonna go to ledge.
I'm actually not sure you fast fell. Like I want to see this. Okay, no, you definitely did. Cool. Yeah, I wanted to see it in like. I think that you still did it kind of late because like I would say that like at this point, the instant you know that you can get under that missile, yeah, that should be. Yeah,
like fast fall immediately.
Yeah, because then I think you can beat her. I think you might be able to beat her here. The other thing I would say here is, so if you're, where do you think your eyes are on the screen when this is all going on?
Here I feel like I'm probably just looking at the missile. I think I'm staring at the missile and I'm not looking at like what Samus is doing.
Gotcha. So I understand that because like that the missile is flying at us. After we're past the missile, are your eyes still on the missile?
I mean, I suspect they must be here because like if there's a Samus just turning around to grab ledge, like I should be up being I should be up being and trying to go to platform or something like that.
Well, what I would say here is like I'd also add that like if we had just done it sooner, I think we would have been like if we do it here, I think we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like
yeah, and just grab it with the first part.
Yeah, because like we're not, but we go like a lot lower. The other thing is by doing it like a little bit higher up, we'd also have, if we don't snap to the edge here, we're also like able to like aim for the platform still, because we're not trying to like move into it. You see what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because if we're like here instead of here, if we're here instead of here, then we can still aim for the platform. So that would be a big thing too. It's not really exactly what I'm looking for, but yeah. That's okay. That was a great fair. For what it's worth, like some of the things you're doing are quite good. So what are we? Okay, so what's the reaction here? So like on this dash attack, what are you trying to do?
What? I thought she was gonna go through me on that, to be honest.
Okay.
So like, I think in my mind, I'm like, this is a dash attack. I'm gonna shield grab it, but I also was like, I think I was just kind of caught in the middle because I thought it was gonna go through me. If I knew that she was gonna stay in front of me, I probably would have just shield grabbed it because that's super laggy. Or definitely shield grabbable. But I think I was just confused.
This is good. So, this is a good reaction point to work with. So, where do you think like the reaction for the shield grab takes place?
Where? Okay.
So like what are we reacting to tell us that we can shield grab this?
I'm not like what I think I think when my shield sort of flickers there would probably have been decent.
So I would say one thing I would start with, where is the collision bubble? Is it on your left or is it on your front or is it on your back?
Oh, it's on my front.
Right.
Does that mean that she'll be in front of me?
Yeah, because like it's right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of how this shield knockback is working here right now. For her to do that cross up, she has to be on this side of you.
Can I see that full speed?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I haven't thought about how that would be if that's on the left side of me. That's a cross up.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's totally reactable there.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, that's part of it, but remember, we're still going to be in shield stun for a bit, so we don't even have to just rely on that. We can also then watch her position, because, like, until the shield comes back there, we're in shield stun anyway. So that can also be, it can be, like, it doesn't have to be just, like, one thing that we're using to determine our play. It can be, like, the reactions can have confirmations worked into them. So, like, we see that, like, she hasn't gone through us. As her, like, so how I would structure this personally is, how I would look at this is, okay, so she dash attacked into my shield, so I recognize the move. I know that, like, shield grab is an answer to that in some situations, but it's sometimes not. So then I would see that she hit the front of my shield. So then I'm like, okay, because of where the bubble is. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that happens, and then I see that she hasn't moved through me. Because for her to get the cross-up dash attack, she's usually, like, all the way over here at the end of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's not here, so that means, yeah, just get her.
That's sweet.
Let's find a more neutral situation, but like you can see how like it's kind of like it's not just like one thing that happens, it's like a few things sort of, because it's a continuous process, and this is how you make it applicable to that sort of like structure applicable to other moves too, like not just Samus's dash attack, because it's like
yeah
yeah
I was thinking about that for all, like, well, a lot of dash attacks, but for everything. Yeah,
it's cool, huh?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it, but that is sweet.
Okay, so let's talk about like, so let's look at yeah, a good F-tilt fair. Let's look at this this situation here, whatever we wind up playing here. So like, what do you think's going on here?
What do I think's going on here?
Like, you in the present. Like, what do you think's happening? Like, what do you see happening right now?
Yeah, crouching in front of Samus.
Mm-hmm.
She's too close to like. I don't think she can missile from this range. So I'm probably. Uh, I'm too close for her to missile, so she's probably not going to missile. So she's probably just going to look to like CC down smash or something like that, probably.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just going to do like run up grab. Would be what I want to do here.
So you did tilts.
I did.
So like this is the point at which you're crouching. So let's look at this space. So the first thing I want to ask you is, are you close enough to hit her?
Am I close enough to hit her with a tilt?
Yeah.
Or like just in general? I feel like I'm out of range to hit with F tilt here.
That it with F tilt is your longest tilt. So yeah. So if it doesn't work, then they definitely don't work. So that is correct. You are too far. So you see Samus doing this, like, which would be jump squat, I guess. So what do you think? Like this? So this is part of like this is like part of the reaction, like where part of where the reaction point is. But like this tells you basically that you don't have to worry about like down smash like outranging you or up tilt hitting you. From that point, what she can do here is she's kind of got three options from this point, which is what we're gonna kind of go over about like what this kind of like thing means. So from here, she can where can she go? She can jump, so she can go like here. She can also go forward and back, right?
Yeah, with wave dash. Yeah.
Makes sense. Is there anything else that we need to think about here? I guess she can like jump in other directions, but like we'll just there. That's the other directions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that in mind, what makes sense for you? Like, what are your thoughts on like what would be the next thing that you confirm in this spot?
I guess if she doesn't leave the ground, then I feel like dash attack or grab is good. If she does leave the ground...
Sorry, I have not worded this well. That's okay. What I mean is, so the first reaction point is this. It is like seeing no jump squat.
Yep.
So that's fine. So that's the first thing. So then how do we know what she's doing next? What's the second reaction point?
I guess it's just if she leaves the ground.
Yeah, so...
That's what I'm reacting to.
Yep, over or under. So would be airborne, yes, airborne, yes, no. So which of these, like, the one thing I'd be curious about, does it make sense to check for, like, if Samus goes into the air, can she threaten us immediately?
Their fastest aerial would be like Nair.
Yeah, but she has to go all the way up in her jump.
She's
in there she's like...
Yeah, so almost certainly not.
So does it make sense to like... But what if she comes forward with her wave dash? Or something?
I mean, if she wave dashes forward, she's probably just in too much lag to really... At this distance, I feel like if I do anything, I beat it.
Yeah, but then you have to like act on it first, right? Because like...
Yes. Yeah. It's more immediately threatening than being airborne. Yes.
Yeah, so maybe does it make sense potentially to put the reaction point, the second reaction point, not to whether she's airborne or not, but whether she advances?
Yeah, because that's the most important thing to react to.
Correct.
Yes. So is she approaching? Or like is she close? Or is she closing distance?
Advancing, yeah. So then this is the next one. And then like from here, these two we can kind of like pick, like these two kind of happen together, because if she's not here, then either she's on the ground or there, and we'll like, you know, we can get our frame of reference for that. But do you see how we've kind of like built this in terms of an order of like what can hurt us first?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do.
So so like this will be different versus other characters. It won't necessarily be advancing yes or no. It will usually be advancing yes or no, but not always. But there's also going to be components like, how did they advance? Like, that from the air or the ground, like that's a big one versus Fox. Yeah, but with that in mind, like that would be that. I think we're just about at time. How I know that we didn't get through the full match, but do you find that these ideas were these helpful?
Yeah, super helpful. I actually really enjoyed that one.
Okay, good. Yeah,
That, not to imply I haven't for the other ones, but that I felt that was very useful.
like okay, just like what we did today.
Yeah, yeah, like all of that was actually very eye-opening. There's like a lot to work on.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna write out like formal. I'm not gonna write out formal like a formal to-do list because a lot of the things here are like explorative space in my mind. So I don't want to like make it. I don't want you to feel like pigeonholed into
Yeah,
like approaching it a specific way because that's not really. I don't think that's productive with where you're at. But what I would say is I would focus on thinking about reaction points versus Fox, Sheik, Falco, and Marth. Those four are pretty important, and Captain Falcon.
Sure.
Aside from that, is there anything that you need from me before we close for now, or yeah, are we good?
No, I think that's good. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. I'll leave you to it. I'm glad today was good, and yeah, like we'll talk soon. Have a good one.
Perfect. Thanks.